Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Angela and this is a little corner on my YouTube where I can share everything about my knitting and my other craftsy adventures. I have been enjoying knitting quite a bit lately and I do not have any knitting friends. So I started this channel just to be able to share with others anything that I have learned and I have experienced, and hopefully connect with like-minded people, with other knitting folks. And lately I have had some new subscribers to my channel, so I wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart for subscribing, liking, commenting. It really warms my heart and it means the world to me. Thank you. Thank you so much. Today is just another regular episode where I will share everything about my whips and about my acquisitions. Unfortunately, I do not have any finished projects from last time, but what I'm wearing is a SABAI top that I have made last year. I was planning on doing some embroidery on it because it's this grayish color. It's a little boring, but it's growing on me. I feel like it's quite elegant and versatile without the embroidery. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll see. Anywho, let's start with my projects. It is a lot, and I did not, I haven't made progress on all of them, so I will only share the ones that I have made progress on since the last time. Here is my big bag full of projects. So the one that I was hoping to finish, my Odele top, I made a mistake. I made a big mistake. So this top's supposed to be made in two pieces, front and back. And if you know anything by now about me, that is that I do not like working in pieces. So whenever I can, I modify patterns and I work in a round. This is no exception. And this is how far I am. I am quite far. So I did knit in a round. I did, it has waist shaping. And I got, I finished the back after splitting for armholes. And I have almost finished one of the fronts. So it has a deep V shape neck line at the front. And I was not reading the instructions well. But the instructions say work as the back for a certain amount of length and then start working the V-neck shape. I totally skipped the part where it said work as back, and I started working on the V-neck shape right away. So I skipped the increases for the little sleeve shaping, which is right here. You can see it's just 5 stitches, so it's very small. And because I was working in a round, I did the 5 stitch increase for the back, and then when I started working the front, I just picked up the stitches from the increase from the back. That way I don't have to sew anything. And now I had to rip it back. I had to frog the entire right side. it is what it is. And I'm back to making the V-shape neckline. It goes quite fast from here. After this, there is, so you will, of course, add either sew or in any other way that I can. I will join the front and back shoulder. It's skew, if you can see. Is that the word? So it's not, it has a little bit of a downhill shape, which is nice, and I think it will fit. I'm sorry, my microphone probably making weird noises by doing that, but this is the neck and this is the arm or shoulder shaping. And I think it will be really nice. It's quite drapey, the linen on its own. So I'm using linen and this polyester or polyamide yarn together. This is a Fibra Natura 100% linen yarn, and this is Rico Design Make It Bloomshin, and it makes just this gorgeous fabric with a little bit of sparkle to it, and I think it's going to be lovely for a summer garment. And I wanted something with quite a bit of ease for a while. Yeah, so I'm just chipping along, working on this. I really hope that by the end, by my next video, this will be finished. Another thing is that I am struggling yarn chicken here. This is all I have. So I have one more full ball and a mess apparently, anyhow, because of the ripping back or the frogging that I had to do. There's quite a bit of mess in here. Well, I will deal with that later. Anywho, after you're done knitting and sewing, you're supposed to pick up stitches and do I-cord edging for the sleeves and for the V-neck, for the neckline. I am hoping that I will have enough yarn to do at least the neck shaping, or the neck border. I don't mind if the sleeves are unfinished. I quite like unfinished borders. I did that on one of my winter sweaters. The name escapes me. It's not very popular or talked about pattern, and I do not have a project page on Ravelry about that one, but you can find the video on my YouTube channel. I think I did dedicated episode, and that was probably my most successful episode to this day. It was watched quite a bit. So that's all about this gorgeous project. That gives me a little bit of a headache. I hate frogging. I don't know about you, but I hate when I have to frog back all my hard work. I avoid it whenever I can, but I'm at the same time starting to learn that if you want to be happy with the final result, it's worth the extra work than just burying the project in your closet without never using it. It's just a wasted effort and wasted time. Even if I like knitting, I enjoy it, and it's never a waste of time for me. But I'm starting to learn that frogging back, it's definitely worth it sometimes. Okay, next one. Here is my Yarden cardigan. Haven't done much progress on this either. I'm just working. This is also worked bottom up, so just working on the length until I get to splitting for the sleeves or splitting for the armholes. So that's very straightforward. I'm using Lion's brand name Kubu from Lion's brand, and this is blend of cotton and rayon from bamboo. It has really nice drape, but one thing that I have learned about this yarn, work on bigger needles, because when you wash it, it will shrink a little bit, just like this one did. And I am a tight knitter, and it is classified as a DK. I do not agree with that. I think it's more of a worsted weight yarn. And as a tight knitter, I like the gauge that it gives me on 4.5 millimeter needles. And it will be hard to see because this is such an open gauge pattern or whatnot, but this is worked on 4 millimeter needles. I can actually show you on my next project where I'm using the same yarn, but there is a stockinette part. This is 4.5 millimeter needles, and you can see, I don't know if you'll be able to see it actually. It's much lighter, much more drapier. This is just, it's still drapey, but it's much thicker, much closer, thicker, or more rigid of a gauge. This is my lace top. I have also modified this one. This is the lace is supposed to be front and back all over lace, and I have decided to do stockinette at the front and do the lace panel in the back. And I have shared a little bit about this project last time, a little bit. So there's not a lot of instructions. It's not detailed. She's not holding your hand every single detail step of the way. So maybe it is a pattern for a little bit more of an experienced knitter. And there's only 2 sizes available, and also, which I think is very much modifiable if you use a different size of needle or different thickness of yarn. I think that the pattern calls for a much bigger needle than I am using. I think it calls for 5 or 5.5 millimeter needle. I am using 4.5. My gauge is much smaller than hers, and I'm hoping that the top is not going to be too tight. I don't know. We'll see. What was I going to say? yes. The only thing that I have found very little frustrating and a little difficult was that there's no written instructions for the lace. It's only in charts, and it's in 1, 2, and 3 different charts, and every chart has different number of rows. So what I did, this one is easy because it's 10 stitch repeat, but the other ones are not as easy to know where you're supposed to be for each chart. So what I did, I just added rows to those charts so I know where I need to be at all times. Yeah, that's all about this one. Just working slowly until I get to the armholes. Another pattern worked bottom up, and also kaboo, this time white. A flow loop top. I have finished, so it's done like a lot of other tops. They're worked top down that have V-neck shaping. It's worked in 4 triangles or whatnot, and then all of them are united, and then you work in a round to the length that you desire. I have the 2 fronts, as you can see. It is a gorgeous pattern. I absolutely love it. I am very much enjoying this color of Tribou, which is 100% bamboo. It is, what color is it? Slate. It is kind of a purplish gray. Gorgeous color. So I did my 2 fronts. You can see there is a nice V shaping. Then you add them together. You work few rows together, and then you pick up your provisional cast on and you do the 2 backs, and like I said, you unite everything and you keep working and around. The only thing I'm regretting is that I am working on 3.5 millimeter needles, I believe. Yes. It's quite of a close gauge. I don't know if I'm hitting the proper gauge because I never gauge swatch. I know I should. But at the same time, the armhole, I think it looks okay. I think we should be fine. We'll see. As soon as I start working the back, then I will be able to try it a little better and decide if I want to frog and work again. This yarn is not good for frogging, just saying. Just a heads up. I did frog one of the fronts when I got about this far, and it got fuzzy because it's not very tight woven. I'll show you. It splits very easily. Let me see if I can show you right here. Yeah, it splits very easily, and the way rayon is done, it's made out of pulp, so it's made out of those tiny little hairs. Yeah, splits, And after I frogged it, I don't think that the stitch definition was as good as it was the first time around, which makes me think I don't have a garment with this yarn yet, but I am hoping that it will be okay over time while wearing and whatnot. I don't know. We'll see. I can't even tell which side it was anymore now, but you can see right here, sometimes I miss a tiny little, I don't know if you can see it, because it splits so easily. Sometimes I miss a little strand and it just keeps hanging on like that. There's another one right there. So I don't know. Probably not such a thin gauge next time if I ever use this yarn again. I have quite a bit of it. I have different 2 or 3 other colors, possibly for more summer tank tops because I love the cooling effect of it. I have made a bandana in the past made out of this yarn, and I have to say that feels, let me show you. So I feel like before it's knit up, it has a little bit more sheen than after it's worked. I feel like as you work it, it grows this a little halo and it becomes a little bit more matte, which I don't mind. I don't mind at all. It's still nice. It has a gorgeous stitch definition. It's quite slippery. Yeah. So far, I'm enjoying it. I find it challenging, but I'm enjoying it. And my last project, is my Josefina top. This is a pattern that it's worked top down. It is quite a simple pattern. So you start with this ribbing, twisted ribbing, rip, twisted rip. And then this is going to be the neckline, and these are going to be shoulders. And this is also the area where you pick up stitches for the back or the front. I think that this is the front. I'm not 100% sure. They're just 2 same panels. And after that, I believe that there is more picked up stitches for tiny little sleeves. It is just a relaxed, simple top. Yeah, there's a little bit of a lace, and then it's all stockinette. I really like it. It looks very elegant, and now that I'm at the stockinette part, really easy, mindless knitting. And I love, 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 love this yarn. This is Sea Isle from Plymouth Yarn. It is blend of cotton and wool, and it comes in many different colors. They're all muted, and they're all this white or off-white with another color. So there is like a light blue, darker blue. This is more of a white with a charcoal or dark gray. It is so incredibly soft. I don't know how it's going to behave when it's washed. It is considered a worsted weight. And maybe a little bit of a thicker decay to me. But at the same time, I know that most of cotton blends that I have used in the past, when you wash them, they shrink a little bit, which makes me a little concerned because I don't want this gauge to be any denser than it is. What I would actually like it to be, it's maybe a little bit more open. a little bit more drape. We'll see if it opens up a little bit when I wash it. We'll see. Or when I block it. And yeah, you can get away with quite a little of a yarn with this one. I think I only have 2 or 3 skeins. Anyhow, I am enjoying working on this. Just can't get enough of how soft this yarn is, and I think I will probably make a sweater in this. I can't remember if Petite Knits Monday sweater, I don't know what gauge it is or what thickness of a yarn it calls for, but I think I would love Monday sweater in this yarn. I wish they had like one color, but I like this. I like this a lot, and you will understand how much I like this yarn, because these are all my whips that I'm working on right now. There's one more. I have the Calm Night cami, but I literally have not done any progress on that one, so I'll share maybe next time if I have. Let's go to acquisitions, and you will understand how much I love that yarn, because I bought more of it. And my acquisitions are from a shop from Canyon City. So to let you know, so that you understand my situation, I live in Colorado Springs, Colorado, and we have 0 yarn shops where I live. And yes, I know, great opportunity to open one. That would probably be the dream, but I'm very, very busy with my new job. A little too busy. Been working weekends. The pleasures of a salary job. But anywho, not here to complain. Very happy. Very, very busy, but very happy. So there's no yarn shops in Colorado Springs where I live. If I want to visit a yarn shop, I have to either go to Denver, which is about an hour and a half from where I live, or there is a little shop. There is about a 45, 50 minutes from me, and I love their selection, but I visited richer shops, and one of them is the one that I want to tell you about, my favorite shop, Canyon City. It's called Yarned and Dangerous. I've been there a couple times now. I've been there before they moved locations. They're still in the same town, just they have a bigger space now, and I have visited for the second time after they have moved, or when Tammy is the owner of the shop. She is incredibly knowledgeable, sweet, available to help, and just wonderful. I very much enjoy her shop, and I enjoy her as owner of the shop. And yeah, what can I say? The shop is amazing. Now that they have moved, when you walk in, there's a couple of big tables where the knitters can hang out. I did get a footage, but I didn't get footage of, I tried not to get footage of people that were in the shop. I didn't want to be disrespectful, put anybody on the internet if they didn't consent. I do believe that there was somebody working on the loom too, but I was so distracted with all the gorgeous yarn that I'm not 100% sure. She has lots of Ito yarns. She has Juniper Moonform, Cascade. She has Barocco. She has so many gorgeous brands. I can't even remember them all. Well, impossible for me to remember them all, but there's few that are escaping me. Open because you can actually shop on her website, so you can shop online and see all the gorgeous things that she has. She has some blue sky fiber, she has circulo, she has one that I really wanted to remember, Juniper Moon Farm, I already said. She has some Lion brand. It's another Asian gorgeous brand. I believe Japanese. They make such a interesting color blends. She has Malabrigo, Noro. There it is, Noro yarns. She has Pasquale, and she was telling me that she was considering about carrying some more of their yarns, some new things that they came up with. Queensland, Rowan. Yeah, many gorgeous yarns. I highly recommend visiting her website if you can visit her shop. And I will link it down in the description box. We gotta support small businesses, and she is really doing a lot for her community. Every time I haven't visited that many times, but every time I visit, there are knitters in her shop, and she's creating this knitting community that is just very warm, inviting. And the people that were in her shop this last time, we got to talk, and it was just so lovely for me because I don't have any knitting friends, and talking in person with someone about yarns and patterns and things like that is just seventh heaven for me. She also does a lot of classes in person, and yeah, but let me share what I have. So I bought more CI, of course I did. And this one is actually the blue. Let me see if I have Blue Cruise. So like I said, it's always this off-white with another color, and then there is like a seafoam green and pink and like a peachy color. You can find these on her website too, I'm pretty sure. And just so incredibly soft, but they don't feel like they will be too warm to make something summery or in between seasons, or even like a bottom layer for the winter or a lighter layer for the winter. And then I bought this one. So this is another Juniper Moon Farm yarn. Look, gorgeous colors. And I want to make another this is the top that I have just talked about, my last whip that I have shared, the Josefina top. I think this would be gorgeous, and I think because I don't like, goodness gracious, sorry, yarn fuzzies in my eyelashes. I love these yarns that change color, but at the same time, I do not like that if you work the front on both sides and then the back, so it's going to be all like the stripes are not going to be even. You're going to have few here, and then the back is going to be completely different. But if I do the Josefina top, like you saw, the entire back is knitted the same way as it's the front, all the way to the armholes. When then you start working in around, what I could do one ball for the front all the way to the end of the armhole, another ball for the back all the way down to the armhole, and then when I get to knitting and round, alternating them, because the stripes are going to be a little bit longer, working just the front and just the back. That way, when I'm alternating, I will keep the same length for the stripes while knitting in around. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. It makes sense in my head. We'll see if will make sense on the needles too. But yeah, this is fingering weight yarn. Made in Italy. It is 100 grams, 295 yards, and it is 48% linen and 24% cotton and 24% viscose and 4% polyester. It has a little bit of a sheen, but oh gosh, I think it's just absolutely stunning. The colors are beautiful, and I am fighting the urge to cast on right away. I have to finish something before I cast on another project. And then I don't necessarily want to be stuck with summer projects when the weather starts cooling, because I know that I will hibernate them, and it's going to be hard for me to pick them back up. Yeah. So those are my acquisitions and all my whips and my favorite yarn store. Oh, I forgot to tell you, and I will add a video of the shop. So I love the way it was organized. All the Ito yarns were in one corner. Then there was like a little room on its own with all the plant-based fibers together, and then all the cascade was all the woolly yarns were all together, and it's just I love that shop. And I think that I could walk around and around for a long time and discovering new things. Yeah, so enjoy the video of the shop. I highly recommend visiting the website, supporting small businesses, supporting Tammy. She's hardworking, lovely lady, and yeah, creating gorgeous knitting community. Thank you so much for being here, for spending your time with me. I appreciate it. It really helps me if you comment, like or subscribe, or all three. And until next time, I hope your life is filled with happiness and happy knitting. Bye.